want to feel your heart right now. You are the place, my only home. Yeah, just like the flowers that blew and fall with you over and over again. Oh, I'm barely breathing and feeling to that ground, but each and every time we all stand up, stop like to yourself and me, true to yourself, and that might be we forget exist destiny. So let's tell me now, you must feel love but not like by your side. Yeah, just like the flowers that blew and fall with you over and over again. Keep the flame alive. I want to feel your hair right now. You are the place, my only home. I know, I know, I know. Yeah, we can one day whisper like flowers in the sky. No matter where I'm by your side. I know, I know, I know. You and I fly the souls that we're together. Can't feel my heartbeat, so take my hand to new tomorrow. The crowd that can let it be, you give me strength and give me faith. To dark the darkness, let's forget all the love. Sparks just like Hibana. Come, light up like Hibana.
Something feels odd here. Be on your guard. courteous, aren't you?
You got spirit!
Can you take it? Does it hurt?
So much for talking it out. Water, hear my call. Glacial Spear, here's Evil.
Dazzle! Devastation!
Freeze Lancer.
Its armor's too strong.
Split it open.
Be my guest.
There, one more. Mega Ray. Annihilation. Mega Ray. Make it rain.
Kisara! Commander of Heaven!
Phoenix Cyclone.
Everybody okay?
We're all right, Alphen.
Right, here goes! Engaging!
You want me?
Blending
They really don't give up, do they?
Bring him down! Flaming thrust! Eat this! Now, while it's reeling!
Take it down.
I'm not done!
Make it rain.
Take this! Pierce! You're finished!
Going in.
No further! Take this! I'm not done!
Spread. Our work is done here. Let's move.
I'm right behind you, Shion.
This looks nice and tough.
Coming through!
Make
Water, hear my call.
Sonic thrust!
Piercing roar. Silly flying creatures are a real pain in the butt.
Flaming thrust!
Exploit the enemy's weakness!
Flaming meteor. Cyan instant. Coming out first.
Sonic thrust!
First aid.
Thanks.
Switch to offense.
Azure Storm!
Glacial Spear. Pierce evil. Where are you going? Falling storm.
You're mine!
Pierce
through.
flame. Switch
Try
to
this.
offense. Take it.
Blending flash!
Into the shadows.
Dazzle!
I'm on guard.
Wide open!
It won't escape me!
Take this!
Freezing
Rising Phoenix! Take
Tiger
this!
blade.
It's over!
Piercing roar. Here, let me help. First aid. Water snake.
Megasonic thrust!
Time to burn up.
Clear for us a path!
By the
Sonic
power
thrust.
of water, falling storm.
Flaming thrust!
Mega ray.
You're on!
Tiger blade. Is there no way out?
Shine!
Pierce
Radiant
through.
light! Force
Try
of
this.
regeneration!
Mega ray.
Blending
Regenerate!
flash!
Appreciate the help!
Dazzle!
Mega
Here I
ray.
come!
Watch and bleed.
I owe you one.
Not on my watch. Will this help? Healing circle.
Appreciate the help!
Here I go. It's over.
On your knees!
Mega ray.
Take this!
Be still!
Mega ray.
Rising Phoenix!
Tiger blade.
Take this!
Running power.
It's over!
This one's
Orochi's
mine.
Fury!
Annihilation. Falling storm. Where are you going? Tiger blade.
Burn in hell!
Hear me. I'll take you all on. Ha! Flare the Malisa. Falling
I'm
storm.
ready.
Look sharp!
Lightning Tiger Blade!
That'll teach us for getting cocky.
Did that get rid of the barrier?
We'll just have to go back and check.
If Almadria's not in her own room, just where the hell is she?
It's possible she may be on the bridge, but I would guess that she's waiting for us elsewhere on the ship.
Which means she's most likely chosen a place where she'll have the advantage in a fight.
Be careful, guys. I came from an entire family of Dahnan mages, and that woman murdered all of them. All on her own. I hate to say it, but she's an incredibly powerful astral artist.
We already know she specializes in controlling wind astral energy. But on top of that, she might try to sick that monster on us again, too.
Right. To that woman, life itself is just a toy for her to play with. Let's make sure we put an end to it. Only one last place to look. Straight ahead.
Almadria.
There she is! Almadria!
But all alone? Watch yourselves. She's probably planning something.
I was getting rather tired of waiting around. Oh my, and I see you came along as well, Dahnan Witch.
Almadria.
What's this? I thought you couldn't stand the sight of me. Go on, little one. Show me the full force of that hatred of yours. Otherwise, run and hide like a rat you are.
That's enough! How can you smile while causing pain to so many others?
That is the way of those who possess great power. The very way we Renans live by. Those with power set the example, and those without are forced to obey. Though you two seem to have forgotten that's the way these things work.
And you really think that justifies your actions? You turned all those people into a hollowed sea!
What foolishness. It's only natural that the fate of a slave differ from that of its owner. Very well, I admit I did fan the flames just a tad back in Mies. But it wouldn't have mattered in the slightest if there hadn't been a spark to ignite. Without it, my actions would have been fruitless. Ultimately, it was their very own burning hatred that laid them to waste. To say it was all my fault is simply laying blame at the wrong feet.
No one's perfect. We all have darkness in our hearts. But the atrocities that you've committed, they're unthinkable! Your heart is nothing but darkness!
What a fool! To think time and time again you would challenge Renan authority without so much as an inkling of how things actually work. Such ignorance is why your kind has been enslaved for 300 years.
Almadria.
Well, if it isn't Lord Dohalim.
These people are my allies and friends. I won't let you insult them so.
My, what a shock. I never would have expected you to claim mere slaves as your companions. If I didn't know any better, I would question your noble lineage. Oh, how far the mighty have fallen. A traitor such as yourself hardly deserves to be called a lord.
You are nothing compared to Dohalim.
Rinwell.
He would never stand by and laugh. His people hollowed!
Ha! What does it matter? You're descended from those who allowed the power and knowledge entrusted to them to wither away. Your pitiful family may have feared it, but I do not. That knowledge and power is all mine to command. And now, you will witness what that power's truly capable of! Nesmold! Enjoy your meal!
Such
sad eyes, child. Let me reunite you with your parents.
Shut up! I'm gonna take you down if it's the very last thing I do!
That's right. Loathe me. Every step brings you closer to being me.
You're wrong! You're wrong! I'm nothing like you!
Eagle Ray!
Radiant blood!
Castle! Rising Phoenix!
I'm gone!
Orochi's Fury! Severing Wind!
Blade
You're mine! I'm not
Tiger Blade! Lion
In a
Power!
bind,
Ground and pound!
Pierce through!
resonate with the earth.
This one's all mine!
Gotcha! Fish!
Sonic Thrust! Try this! Not today!
Data Ray!
Here I come! You're up and try harder! Not yet! I'm not...
Wait, by the power of water! I never miss!
Here I come!
Igneous Discharge!
By the power of water! Time to shine!
Ready and ready. I can carve through armor. Rending you apart.
Beat devastation!
Resonate with the earth.
Here I come! Launchgate! Here!
Right.
Searing flame! Reload!
This one's mine.
Fair enough. Lots of that.
Gemini Aqua!
Elusive
The
deity.
natural defenses are fading. I'm a sitting duck.
Retreat from this battle.
Retreat? I would never.
What
Sonic
foolishness.
Down!
Allow me to help you.
Going in.
For me.
Azure Storm!
Stalagmite.
Orochi's Fury!
Time to shine.
Wind!
Speak
Here I
on.
come!
No further.
Devastation! Moonscape!
None shall escape my
This one's
Raging
mine.
lunar storm.
Pierce through!
Tidal Blade! Radiant Power!
They smite to
I'm not done!
marksman handled this.
You're mine!
Reload!
Now you see what I can do.
Going in.
Back into the
Resonate with
Where
the
are
earth.
you going? Stalagmite!
You're mine!
Lightning!
Bestow thy mystic mercy. Very certain.
Appreciate the help.
What's all mine?
Going in.
I'm only
What's she
getting
doing
started.
now?
She's infusing her beast with more power.
Get ready!
Clear the sorcery ring. Time to shine. Far enough.
Flame of
Dazzle!
fury! Burning strike!
Rising Tide!
Tiger Blade!
Burn!
Igneous Discharge!
Be still! You're finished!
Bloody hell.
You're all done!
Here, let me help.
I'm not done! Here! Megasonic
Here!
You may be strong. I'll never back down!
Raging lunar storm. No further.
Searing
Armor won't
flame!
save you.
Reload!
Going in.
Burning strike! Hear my call! Ready! Fred! Hear me! Burning strike!
You're mine!
Not on my watch! Get the mark!
Megasonic!
Cyanid! I'm also good! This one's mine!
The official deep. Clear for us a path.
Tiger!
You're mine!
I can handle it!
I'm not done! You picked the wrong fight!
Dare you.
Here I come!
Here's the evil!
Raging lunar storm.
Freeze Lantern!
Take this!
Radiant light. Full regeneration.
You're mine!
Far enough.
Try and
Allow me to help you.
Laser Spear!
Know
Here's
your
the evil!
This is looking good!
It's go time. Negative shape. On your knees. Air pressure. Now you see what I can do.
Pierce through! Sonic Thrust! Try this!
I'm out of ammo!
Rising Blast!
Mega Ray!
Time to shine.
No further.
Searing Flame! Reload!
Pierce through!
Dance on the wing.
Try this!
Here's a healing arm!
Rending you apart.
Blending Blast! Sonic
Stay away!
It's wide open!
It won't escape me!
What are you doing there? One for that.
Rising Phoenix!
If it's in the sky, it's mine!
You feel it! Totally! In an instant! Impact Claw!
Going in.
Sonic Thrust! Pierce through! Lightning Thrust! Take this! They're attacking separately!
Can't land a hit on her!
Keep an eye on it. And take out the monster first.
I never miss!
My turn! Here I come!
Dazzling Sting!
She's no stranger to astral arts.
I can take care of that!
Yeah, take it away! Now you see what I can do!
Try harder! My turn!
Glacial Spear!
Resonate with the Dazzle! Devastation! Ruin Gate!
How about this? Their arts were interrupted.
Rending you a bloody howling!
Down! You're off!
No further.
You'll pay for that!
Going in!
Making the abyssal beast clear for us a path!
My true power!
That looks bad.
Wits about you people!
Making the abyssal beast
The winds of judgment blow your way! Fall before impending calamity! Chaotic disaster!
Not today!
So that's the trick up her sleeve.
Your astral arts are so special. And now, they're mine!
This is some punishment.
Stay away from my friend! Now! Try harder! Now!
In the sky, it's mine! This one's mine!
Try harder!
No rest for the wicked.
Try harder! My turn!
from beyond, imbued in... Vanquish trail of our life!
I don't have much left.
Here I come!
That's it! Right!
Here I come!
Healing circle!
I can carve through armor!
It's mine!
Take it!
My soul! My judgment!
Benediction.
Here goes!
I can handle it! Far enough!
Glacial Spear! Pierce evil!
Lightning Thrust!
Round and power! Freeze laser!
Champion! Radiant Heart! Force of regeneration!
Coming through! Ha! Now! Scarlet Inferno! Try harder!
Instant!
My turn! You picked the wrong fight!
Not on my watch! Here's my time! Tidal Blade! Glacial Spear! If it's in the sky, it's mine!
Couldn't make it.
Here we go!
Take this!
Take this! Rising
I'll face...
Here goes! Healing circle!
I'll smash you! Rending you apart!
One big wave! Gemini! Round and power!
Be still!
Where are you going?
Devastation! Take this! It's over!
Shield and
This
face!
should do it!
Here's a healing
Try this!
First aid! Here goes!
Face you!
Lightning Thrust!
Switch offense!
Rising Thrust! It's over!
Her Master Core!
Not while I'm around, she isn't!
Don't suffer in silence! You're mine!
Rising
Don't
Falcon!
suffer in silence.
Take this!
Goodwill!
never forgive you!
What?
I'll take you down! You don't scare me!
Go for it, Rinwell!
Hit her now!
Sonic Thrust!
Appreciate the help.
You're mine!
Ray!
Here I come! I'm not done!
Everlasting
Sonic Thrust!
Negative gate! Resonate with the earth! You will! Our arts are being interrupted.
Here goes! Come on in!
Now you see what I can do!
Confiscated! Let the marksman handle this! Perfect move!
Elusive deity!
My
true power! Thank
Fully
you!
mine!
Begin!
Target away! Here goes!
Howl!
Here!
Be civic!
Denied.
It's all mine! You're mine!
Glacial Spear!
Here goes!
Devastation!
I'll end you! Astral energy!
Say no more!
You murdered my mother and father. But I'm not like you.
Rinwell.
Even now, I hate you. But here I am, unable to let go. Honestly, even if I took my hatred out on you here and now, it wouldn't make me feel any better in the long run. I realize that now. So, I won't kill you. I'll take you in and make damn sure justice is served the right way.
You would dare mock me with your foolish, useless pity? A Dahnan, nothing more than a mere slave. I won't allow you to...
It's not about what you think. Or being Dahnan or Renan. Because you'll atone for the crimes you committed. And that's all.
It's that swordsman again!
Lord Volron, what brings you here? No, forgive me. I've forgotten myself. Please allow me to make it up to you, my lord.
Silence now, wretched snake. Does it hurt? It should. That pain is proof you're still alive. Enjoy it.
Volron. Years ago, the Lord of Ganeth Haros met a sudden death. His successor was a man by that very name, Volron.
And like a restless lover, I've come back for more. Stop right there! Think you can cut me down? What? Xion!
Come and find me, if you truly are the Sovereign. After all this time, I'll be free from this hell. I can finally go home. I doubt I'll ever see this place again. Might as well walk the block once more for old time's sake. As usual, nobody wants to explain anything to me. They just threaten and harass me instead. What does everyone think I am? Some sort of talking pet? They're the ones that dragged me all the way up here in the first place. Bastards. I shouldn't have bothered coming out. Might as well head back to my room. I just wanted to go back. To Dana. To my home.
Alphen.
Iori.
Live for me.
No. Iori. No!
Wait, please. Wait, I... What was that? That... How long ago was that? That's right. Shion. Oh, right. That's what pain felt like. So much for it all being a bad dream. Where am I? Where is everyone? I need to find them. Better start looking. Niori. Shion. Damn it.
Sonic Thrust! Eat dirt! Try harder! You're mine! Pierce through! Dazzle! Mirage! Take it! Megasonic Thrust! Severing Wing! Mirage! I'm not done! Severing Wing! Mirage! Pierce! Orochi's Fury! Take this! Try harder! My turn! Lightning Thrust! Rising Falcon! Wind! Lunar Rondo! Take this! Here I come! Azure Storm! This one's all mine! You're my... Megasonic Thrust! Take this! Mirage! Great! Next! It's over! Severing now! Dazzle! Rising Falcon! Mirage! Pierce through! Sonic Thrust! Azure Storm! Be still! Megasonic Thrust! Be still! Here I come! This isn't looking good. There! Sonic Thrust! Pierce through! Wind! Here I come! Pierce! Be still! Mirage! You're mine! Sonic Thrust! Be still! Mirage! This one's all mine! Eat dirt! You're mine! Sonic Thrust! Pierce through! Dazzle! Rising Falcon! Azure Storm! I'm not done! Wind!
Alvin?
Finwell!
What happened just now? Normally you'd be able to take that thing with your eyes closed.
Thank goodness you're alive. Are you all right?
Yeah.
I'm just glad we found you in one piece. You were the only one still missing. There's a village back the way we came from, Thistleim. Kisara and La are already there.
Finwell, where are we?
Ganeth Haros, Volron's realm. Remember?
Ushered by the waves straight to the enemy stronghold. A rare stroke of luck, it would seem.
Luck?
If Volron's here, that means Shion's close too, right?
Shion? Oh. Right. Of course.
Are you sure you're feeling okay? You seem a little off.
He's probably just exhausted. Let's save the catching up for when we're back at the village.
I think Huro senses an owl around here. Speaking of Thistleland, it's populated by Danans, but they're not under the rule of any lord. Pretty refreshing, huh? The whole town was built by Danan defectors, escapees from elsewhere. This area's teeming with stray Zeugles, though, so heaven only knows how they managed to set up a community here. The ordeal seems to have left them understandably on edge. Kisara and La are back there right now trying to convince them of our good intentions. Say, Alphen, it looks like you got your face back then.
Yeah.
And your sense of pain, too, it would seem. Any connection?
Really? Oh, but that means...
Probably.
I wonder if Alphen's going to be okay.
For now, I believe we should hold off on speculation. Simply keep an eye on him.
Right.
Let's see what you've got.
Crazy cascade!
Everlasting shot!
Take this! Photon blast! More
Demon
blast!
blast!
Is it high? Just bash it out again! Or steel!
Demon fang! Resonate with the earth! Stalagmite!
Magic is there! Steel!
Eternal devastation! Resonate with the earth! Stalagmite!
Photon blast! More reduction!
Dragon
Air
sword!
thrust!
Sonic
Photon
thrust!
raging
Elusive
cascade!
deity! Tornado drive! Tempest! An astral voice?
That's my cue!
Rising one! Shut him down! Tempest! Next! This one's mine! Resonate with the earth!
More
Stalagmite!
reduction
Orochi Fury!
Now!
Alphen! In an instant! Impact block! I can feel my power growing!
You're saying we should check the Owl Forest? Do you sense one of your friends, Hootle?
Alphen! Boy, am I glad to see you safe.
Well, did you manage to convince them we're not in league with any lord?
Yeah, eventually.
When the ship sank, I thought we were done for. Guess the world just couldn't keep us apart.
Yeah, and now we can finally go rescue Xion.
There's something I need to tell you guys first. I got my memory back.
So, what did you remember? Are you able to tell us now?
Give the man some space, Law.
I remember being up on Lenegis.
Go on.
I was abducted from Dano. I was told if I ever wanted to return home, I'd have to cooperate. So that's what I did. Next thing I knew, they had made me into the Sovereign.
You mean to say you won the crown contest? As a Dahnan?
No. They kept me locked in a strange facility. They experimented on me, like I was nothing more than an animal. There were others, but only I survived. Of course, I wasn't really a king. The reality was that they treated me worse even than the lowest slave. The only reason I survived was because my body was able to withstand the Sovereign's power that they placed inside me.
The crest that appeared behind you on Almeidria's ship must have undoubtedly been that of the Sovereign. It all makes sense now. Your affinity with the Blazing Sword, and the strange powers you possess, they were all because you were the Sovereign.
Okay, but why would the Renans go out of their way to give you all that power? Just what exactly does being the Sovereign entail?
They said it was for something called the Spirit Channeling Ceremony. They taught me how to harness my power for when the big day came. As for what the ceremony was actually for, unfortunately, I never found out.
So if what you're saying about being on Lenegis is true, then maybe you really did meet Shionne. After all, you said you recognized her from somewhere, right?
But Shionne said she'd never seen him before. How do you explain that?
I was wrong. It wasn't Shionne I knew from Lenegis. It was Naori. She was a Renan maiden they paired me with during the Spirit Channeling Ceremony. She's the woman I kept seeing in my dreams.
A maiden? What?
Wait, so this Naori figure just happens to be the double of Shionne? Bit coincidental, isn't it?
Naori's family name was Imerys.
Imerys? As in Shionne Imerys?
So they're distant relatives or something? Wait, or are they sisters?
Your guess is as good as mine. All I know is it was Naori. She's the one who put the mask on me.
The mask? But why?
To keep my soul from devouring itself over the guilt. After what I did on Lenegis. Over the lives I took.
Lives? You mean you staged a rebellion?
Perhaps it was a part of this spirit channeling ceremony?
I don't know. Whatever it was that the Spirit Channeling Ceremony was supposed to achieve, it didn't turn out as planned. I lost consciousness halfway through, the time I came to, Lenegis was a sea of flames. I opened my eyes to see Naori there, weeping. I shudder to think of how many deaths I caused that day. Certainly more than any of these lords can claim, I'm sure.
You really expect us to believe this? First the Sovereign, then Lenegis? You couldn't possibly have done all that.
I wonder. In ancient scripture, there is tell of a terrible calamity that befell Lenegis, nearly destroying it. The restoration took years, and required the work of countless laborers.
By ancient, you mean...
It predates the crown contest, to a time before even the first Renan invasion of Dana. More than 300 years ago.
300? But that'd make Alphen...
That's right. I'm pretty much an antique of a human being. Deep down, maybe I already knew.
Alphen...
Some hero, huh? Cooperating with the same villains who snatched me from my home, committing mass slaughter, only for it to slip my mind. Then, when I finally remember, turns out I'm so old I've got scripture written about me. So much for standing up to injustice. I've probably got more blood on my hands than all the lords combined!
Alphen, stop! Honestly, I'm not going to pretend to understand what all this means. But what I do know is that right now, you're just reacting to the shock.
Kisara.
Listen, what you really need is time. Time to process things and get your head straight. Truth be told, I think that probably goes for all of us.
What about Shion? We can't just...
I'm worried about Shion too, Law. But it's clear that Alphen's in no fit state to fight. This is Volron, remember? Even at full capacity, it's practically a suicide mission. We stay put in the village till we're ready. Okay, everyone? Take some time to think things through, okay? But remember, we're all here for you if you need us. No matter how dark things might seem, you're not alone, Alphen.
Thank you.
It's fine. All right, everyone. Let's break for now.
Do I even have the right to fight? Do I have the right to go to Shion's rescue? What do the others think?
You're certainly full of surprises, aren't you?
Trust me, it's not intentional.
Sorry, that was insensitive of me. Though, there's still an awful lot I wish I could understand. Every new piece of information seems only to yield further mysteries. The truth feels just as elusive as when we first started. I am well aware of where you got your powers. But why, as a Dahnan, do you bear the same crest as the current Renan sovereign? More to the point, why choose a Dahnan for their sovereign in the first place? And then there is the Maiden, a figure so powerful, she's playing yin to the sovereign's yang in esoteric ceremonies. And yet, I'd never even heard of her. Then again, this all occurred 300 years ago. What if the term sovereign doesn't even hold the same meaning as it did back then? Listen, I may be a traitor among my people, but I am still Renan, born and raised. I learned the same history, listened rapt to the same tales. And yet now I feel like there was little truth to any of it.
Speaking of which, there's something else that I remember from the spirit channeling ceremony. It used the Renis Alma.
You're certain?
Yes. Or at least that's what they called it. Only you would know if it was one and the same.
Oh, I have never laid eyes on the real artifact myself. And you never participated in a crown contest. You're not even Renan. Many mysteries lay buried in these 3 centuries past.
3 centuries is more than several lifetimes. Was I really out that long?
Well, I'm only estimating based on historical record. But all the facts would seem to point that way.
Who the hell am I?
If I may be frank, we have even bigger fish to fry than that. By comparison, the far more important question at hand is, just what does it all mean?
Frank, huh?
Sometimes, we need a little help in addressing the truth behind our pain. Not to compete over lives lost, but I suspect your count is still somewhat beneath mine.
Thanks for lending me an ear. And sorry for being a bother.
Please, no thanks are necessary. The quicker you get back on your feet, the sooner we can all get back out there.
What do you see out there?
Zeugles. Strays by the looks of it. We unwittingly disturbed their territory on our way here, and now they're looking pretty riled up. So, feel like you're making headway? You know, sorting through things?
All I know is Shion needs our help. As for what happens after that...
Say, how did you get back down here from Lenegis, anyway?
I came down in a Renan starship. I have Naori to thank for that.
What happened to her? Did she come with you?
She stayed behind. Just as I wanted to get back to Dana and my people, Naori's place was with her fellow Renans, performing her duties as the Maiden. Neither of us asked for the power or roles we were given. I suppose we felt a kinship with each other in that sense. But even then...
Wait, so you mean it wasn't just Dahnans like Lenegis abducted? You're saying they forced Naori, one of their own, to serve against her will as well?
Even within Renan society itself, there exists a hierarchy. I don't think she was ever given the option to refuse. Despite that, she did everything she possibly could to serve her people. The very same ones I ended up slaughtering. And even after that, she still helped me escape back to Dana. She stayed behind on Lenegis to help any of her people who survived. I owe her more than words can express. A debt left to fester for what? 300 years? How do I even begin to make up for something like that?
In all honesty, you don't. You can't atone for what's happened in the past. I don't think anyone can. Be it several centuries ago, or just yesterday.
What are you saying? That I might as well give up?
I'm saying you don't have to be a white knight in shining armor. Back after my brother had passed away, It was you who told me that his dream lived on inside me. And you did the same for him, for Dohalim, when he was ready to give up too. You were there for both of us. You know what I heard? I heard you telling me to keep fighting. To strive no matter what.
Then I was out of line. I had no right to ask that of you.
No, you're wrong. Those words were exactly what I needed to hear at the time. In fact, I would go as far as to say that I wouldn't even be here had I not heard them. Left to my own devices, who knows when I would have been able to pick myself up. Besides, it's not like killing all those people was a choice that you made of your own free will, right? The truly terrible ones are the people who abducted you. The ones who forced you to wield that power. They're the ones you should be blaming. Not only that, but that guilt you feel inside, that's all the proof you need to know you're a good person, Alphen. Do you understand? If I'm still allowed to fight and keep on living, then damn it, Alphen, so the hell are you. But, if you're still not convinced, then ask yourself this. What is it that you've really been fighting for this whole time? Go on, ask yourself.
What I've been fighting for, huh?
All this time, I thought it was the worrying about Xion and the pain bringing you down. I didn't realize you were lonely too.
I guess all of us are. In one way or another.
Yeah, but you've only just found out. I mean, no, not found out. Remembered.
To tell you the truth, I was actually beginning to forget I'd even lost my memory in the first place. Now that it's returned, well, you can see what I'm like. It's strange. When I think about Lenegis, it still feels like it was only a year or two ago that I was there. But then I realized what feels like years was actually centuries ago.
What about your hometown? Do you know if it's still there?
I doubt it. When the Renans invaded, the world as I knew it changed overnight. Even if the place is still there physically, I expect the people will be long gone. Certainly everyone I knew, at least. My family, my friends.
Yeah, I know how that feels. I have no home to return to either. No family waiting for me. I used to curse my bad luck that I'd ever been born a mage in the first place. Otherwise, if I hadn't, maybe my mother and father would still be alive today. Although if that had been the case, I guess I'd probably still be just another slave with no means to resist. I'd never have met up with you guys, that's for sure.
Have you learned to embrace your powers yet?
Nuh-uh. I resent them a little less than before, though. They've kept me alive this long, right? I try not to think about it too much. After all, who can predict what the future will hold? I guess what I'm trying to say is that with everything that's happened in your past, finding out you're the Sovereign and all, it's no wonder you're conflicted. Heck, honestly, I think anyone would be.
Rinwell.
First it was Xion, then it was me, and now it's you. All of us suffering, just because of some power we never even asked for.
Yeah. All this time you were suffering right in front of me, and I never even knew. I feel like I finally understand what you and Xion were going through.
You couldn't have known. Still, if you want to make it up to her, shouldn't we hurry it up and rescue her already? Poor Xion must be lonely. all by herself wherever she is.
Yeah, you're right. Let's get going.
Alphen, are we gonna go rescue Shion or what? What's gotten into you, man? Aren't you worried about her?
Do I even have any right to be?
If you were in my place, you'd say, to hell with all that. What do you want to do?
Sounds like me. Pretending I have all the answers is kinda my forte.
Come on, man. Snap out of it. This isn't like you. Look, I get it. You finally remember your past, only to feel like you've lost yourself again. You're in shock, and who wouldn't be? Worse still, you blame yourself for what happened. And yeah, I don't agree, but that doesn't mean I don't understand either. But here's the thing. None of that's got anything to do with Shion.
I guess.
It's about Naori, isn't it? Look, you're still here, aren't you? Who's to say this chick isn't alive and kicking out there somewhere, too? Fine, I've said my piece. The thing is, though, where does this leave Shion?
My power consumed me once already. I left behind a path of fire and destruction. And the same thing could happen again. I can't guarantee anyone's safety, including Shion's.
So you think we might get burned up because of your sovereign powers? I can think of worse ways to go. Come on, fight this thing! What happened to the guy who talked to me after my dad died? The one who cared enough to reach out and save me? That's the guy I was proud to follow. Not this faltering imposter who's taken his place.
Law.
No, I'm serious. What's gotten into you, man? Just give me the word and I'll beat some sense into you if that's what it takes. Now, I'm gonna ask you this once and only once. Are you serious about rescuing Shion or not? What's it gonna be, Alphen?
What do you think? Of course I want to rescue her. Hell, I'd do it right now if I could.
So then quit griping and do it already!
Listen, you're probably right about all this.
Alphen.
It's exactly like you said. Whatever happened in my past has nothing to do with Shion. But there's still so much that There I go again. So much for the inspiring Alphen of old.
He could be a pain sometimes. Besides, even a hero has to let the cracks show once in a while, right?
Yeah, I guess you're right. Just give me a little more time to fill in the cracks. And thanks, Law.
Hey, don't even mention it. You've totally got this, Alphen. I believe in you.
to the inn, I guess.
There you are!
What is it?
Zeugles, that's what! They're almost at the village gates!
Any closer and they'll be house hunting. I knew we shouldn't have cut through their territory.
That sounds bad.
Can you fight? No shame in bowing out if you're not up for it.
Kisara's right. You don't want to go overdoing it.
I'm up for it.
Really?
You ready?
As ready as I'll ever be. It's now or never, right?
Alphen, right! Great to have you back! Now let's do this!
Look sharp, people! If we don't act fast, they're going to get into the village.
Right. We need to hurry.
Remember, if the pain's too much...
We've all got our own pain to deal with. I'm done letting others pick up my slack.
Here they come! We can't let even a single one through!
Firm no Zeugle policy.
Fine by me. Let's get to work then. That frickin' does it! Bet that shell's hiding something tasty.
Megasonic thrust! Here I come!
Leave the ensnaring to me.
Yeah, and the pummeling to me.
You're mine! It's almost too strong.
Split it open!
Be my guest.
Being interrupted.
Take this! Elusive Sonic thrust! Catapult! You're on! You're finished!
Did you see this coming?
You're mine!
You made me angry. That was a bad idea.
Radiant light.
You picked the wrong fight!
Regeneration.
Pierce through!
Regenerate.
Their arms were interrupted.
Win! Take this!
I'll take you all on! Ha! Flare the Malisa!
know my mystic mercy.
It's over!
Now!
More! I'll stop your movement!
And I'll stop your life!
Now, take this! You're finished! Mirage!
Regenerate!
That's my cue!
Shut him down! Sonic thrust! Pierce doubly! In an instant! Impact block! Not a chance! Crush! Pierce through! Lightning thrust!
Alphen, you okay?
I'm fine. This pain thing really hurts, huh?
But hey, at least you're still alive.
It wouldn't be called pain if it was pleasant. It can be pretty useful, though. It's good motivation to improve and get stronger.
Guess I've got a lot of room to improve in that regard.
Anyway, I'm glad we could protect the village, especially after everything they've done for us.
Yeah.
You know, Thistleum kind of reminds me of home. The people here have hidden themselves away out of the fear of being found, always watching their backs. Though in the end, home was destroyed anyway.
That won't happen here.
Oh? Is that a hint of fighting spirit I sense?
Yeah. I won't lie. Some of these memories will take a while to process. But I've learned something too. My rage, this fury I feel at our so-called rulers, it comes from having so much of myself stripped away from me back then. Friends, family, home. They took everything from me, and left me with nothing but guilt. I was completely alone. At least that's what I thought. But not anymore. Since I awakened, I've met people who I care about. Friends who hold me up. Friends who make me feel like I'm worth something. And I won't lose that. Not ever again. I'll protect those bonds with everything I have. That's why I need to keep fighting.
But Xion comes first.
Of course. First we rescue Xion, then we defeat Vholran, and liberate Dahna. Everyone, will you fight with me?
Say the word and I'm there.
Certainly no objections.
Then it's agreed. Our next stop will be the capital, Pelegion. According to the villagers, there's a huge cliff separating Thistleum from the capital. Luckily for us, there's a path we can use to climb up.
Sounds like a plan. Let's go.
We don't know what lies ahead. We should prepare well before we venture forth.
Yeah, can't exactly fight at the top of your game when you're hungry.
Good point. Let's stop by the inn and plan our next move from there. By the way, how is Mahavar doing? Wait. Don't tell me we still haven't found him.
It's not like we haven't been looking. I've covered the whole length and breadth of the coast, but...
All of the other crew members are accounted for, including us. But we weren't able to find Mahavar. He's still missing.
I see.
Perhaps he couldn't bring himself to abandon the ship.
You mean at the bottom of the ocean? Damn it.
We don't know that it sank. We all washed up on the same shore. If the ship went down, isn't it strange we haven't come across a single piece of debris?
Do you think he might still be alive somewhere out there?
I think stranger things have happened. Whether he's alive or otherwise, we've exhausted all the avenues available to us. All we can do now is press on ahead.
Fine, let's get going. Thistlein was founded by Danans fleeing the tyranny of Renan lords, right? But when you first came, they must have known Dohalim was Renan. So why do you think they let us in?
They almost didn't. But it wasn't just Dohalim they were wary of. They didn't trust any of us.
Even the weird Danans just like them?
When you live life in constant fear of being pursued, it's only a matter of time before all outsiders start to seem a potential threat.
I suppose that makes sense. So how did you convince them to trust us?
You saw how destitute the village was. They needed food, badly. We hunted some Zeugles for them. That seemed to do the trick.
Of course, a little magic-assisted roast didn't hurt things.
Never underestimate a full stomach's ability to put a person at ease. It turns out a hearty meal can be a powerful weapon. Something's on your mind. You having second thoughts about rescuing Shionne?
Of course not. Shionne's our friend. Almeidrea was the one I hated. For as long as I can remember, she served as a symbol to me of everything Renan. But ever since getting to know Shionne, I realized it doesn't make sense to group people together like that. Every individual is different.
I see.
Besides, the situation with Almeidrea was something else entirely. I'd already decided I wasn't going to kill her, but when I saw her die right in front of me, a part of me thought it served her right, that she'd gotten what she deserved. But another part regretted that someone else had come along and killed her instead. Don't get me wrong. If I had the chance again, I still wouldn't kill her. But it's not like I'll be shedding any tears now that she's gone. It's all so confusing. I don't know how to make sense of any of it.
Who said it had to make sense?
Huh?
Rinwell, you've done nothing wrong. You've started to question the beliefs you've held all your life. It's only natural for you to feel disoriented. You didn't give in to the hatred you felt for Almeidrea. You made a choice not to kill her. And that's significant, whether you realize it or not. As for what it means exactly, that might be worth taking some time to figure out on your own.
Some time.
Or don't, if you don't want to. It's just an idea. I'm still searching too, remember?
No, I think you're right. It can't hurt to keep searching after all. And hey, thanks, Kisara.
Okay.
Why?
Ugh. Damn it.
What?
Is that so?
Okay.
Great job.
I'll teach these small fry who's the apex predator of these waters. Just watch and see.
Let's not get ahead of ourselves now.
I guess we're having fish for dinner tonight.
You're saying we should check the Owl Forest?
Have you guys checked your equipment lately?
Did we really? Just spend that much money? This looks perfect. Guaranteed to hit the spot.
You sense one of your pals, Hootle?
Feels like I'm melting.
Calaglia was pretty hot, but at least the air there was dry. Out here, it feels like I'm trying to walk through thick soup.
I can hardly breathe, it's so stuffy. And don't get me started on the insects. You hanging in there, Hootle?
It's brutal, all right. I can feel my energy being drained away just by walking. All this vegetation makes it hard to keep an eye out. Keep your wits about you, everyone. And watch you don't keel over while you're at it.
What's needed at times like these is a relaxing hot spring. That would soon help us adjust.
And where do you expect us to find one of those?
What about you, Alphen? All that gear, and you hardly seem to be breaking a sweat.
Yeah, I guess when you've lived a life devoid of pain for as long as I have, Even feeling hot and bothered can be a welcome change.
Well, lucky you, I guess. Just don't expect us to carry you when you pass out.
No backing down!
Megasonic thrust! Storm! Lightning thrust!
Reflect on thy sin.
Mirage!
They
Hurricane
storm!
Here I come!
Take out the lady with my shield! You can't get out of this!
Eagle assault! Pierce through! Sonic thrust!
Demon Rat!
Major storm!
Here
Eagle, I'm ready!
Law! I'll stop your movement!
And I'll stop your life!
My turn!
Dragon devastation!
Clear for
Rising Falcon!
assault!
Take this!
Small, but a victory nonetheless.
We have a long way yet to go.
Now where might those fish be? I've got something. You've got to know when to quit. Ha! I've got something. Boy, that's a bit of a letdown.
Could have been worse. At least you caught something.
Yeah! Could it be? I did it! But I'm not gonna quit now.
You tamed a real beast.
There's a nice breeze here. Reel it in. That's not a fish I see often.
Wow, what an awesome fish you caught!
Everything looks fine with the lure. All right, let's do this. All right. Dagnabbit! It got away. Hup. There we go. She's got a good size to her, all told.
That flapper was a true fighter.
Yeah! Reel it in. Boy, that's a bit of a letdown.
Nice work!
Is that the Zeugle we're looking for?
Gotta break through! Orochi's Fury!
I'll face you.
Be still! Mirage! Pierce through!
Reflect, simian pet. I shall see you where you stand.
Gemini! Win! Mirage! Sonic thrust!
Resonate with the earth.
Too fast!
Stand back. I'll trip it up.
Here I come! It's over! Orochi's Fury! Win!
Make your break! I'll stop your movement!
And I'll stop your life!
Not a chance! Move! Get up!
Dragon Shell!
Going in! Castle! Megasonic thrust!
This one's
Severing wind!
Hurricane Strike!
Mirage!
Going
Take
in!
this!
Swallow dance!
I feel sprightlier than before.
Man, this place is thick with foliage.
I know. It feels like we're going to be swallowed up by all these plants if we stay in here.
Indeed. I much prefer the forests in Menancia myself.
Not that I don't agree.
I'll do my best!
Here! Take
does it!
If they rush you, you gotta jump for cover, okay?
Holy snap!
This all
Far enough!
Pierce
Come on,
Be still!
I'll take you all on! Ha! Flare Demolitor! Here goes!
Here I
Hurricane
Sonic
Flood!
thrust! You picked the wrong fight!
I'll stop its toe!
Thanks, Kisara.
Tiger, make it rain!
Light burst forth!
Radiant Genesis!
My turn!
Reflect on thy
Pump it!
sins.
Flaming thrust!
I'm ready!
I'll stop your movement!
And I'll stop your life!
I'm ready for the next battle.
Shine!
Radiant light! Force!
Lightning thrust!
Regenerate!
Pierce! Pierce through! Here I come!
Smash you!
Don't suffer
Sonic
in
thrust!
You see what happened there is you crossed me.
Pierce
Shouldn't have done
through!
that.
Sonic thrust!
Talon Hurricane!
You're finished! Azure Storm! First strike! Here I come!
I'll crush you! Lightning reflexes! Tenebrous claw! Dragon shout!
Piston! Dazzle!
Eagle assault!
Rising Falcon! Eat dirt!
Can you take it?
Hurricane! I'm through!
No, it's over!
In an instant! Impact block!
Together, there is nothing that can stop us.
Indeed. As one, we are unrivaled.
And that is our greatest strength. Seriously? Is this a joke?
This one keeps charging us!
That's what my shield's for. Get behind me!
Got it! I'll leave it to you!
Wait! Denied!
Take
Eagle
this!
assault! Now I'm in the groove!
Can you take it?
Eagle dive!
Azure Storm!
Show thy mystic mercy.
I'll crush you! Lightning reflexes! Tenebrous claw! Good things come
Lunar Rondo! Mirage!
Don't suffer in
Severing Wing! Mirage! No escape! Lunar Rondo!
Air pressure!
Sonic thrust!
bathed in blood.
It's over!
Bloody hell!
I'm not done! Pierce! Now!
I'm ready!
My exploits are bearing fruit.
Gotta break through!
Bestow thy mystic
It's
mercy.
on!
Going in!
You picked the wrong
Another
fight!
incantation ruined.
This one's
You're
mine!
finished! Mirage! Azure Storm! You're mine!
Do it!
Pierce off! Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade! My turn!
Bathed.
Fluid escape!
Bringing you apart.
Severing
Charge
Wing!
like that can easily be fatal.
Just as well, I'm here to stop.
It's over!
Make it rain!
Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade! Not a chance! Mirage!
Dragon shout!
Severing Wing!
I'll crush you! Lightning reflexes! Tenebrous claw!
I've been doing really great lately.
There's the Zoogle we were asked to handle.
That's far enough!
Here!
Hurricane Hit! This one's mine! Denied!
Swallow down! Pierce through!
Are those arms even natural?
Rising Falcon!
Now you see what I can do!
This one's all
Going
mine!
in! Eat
Mirage!
Talon
Orochi
Hurricane!
Fury!
Storm! Make it break!
In an instant! Impact Block!
Let's refrain from losing.
Out of my way!
Pierce!
Dragon
Orochi
Wait!
Fury!
Captivity!
Eagle Assault!
Try harder!
Wait!
Not a chance! I'm not done!
Tiger Blade!
Mirage! Sonic Thrust!
Here now!
You picked the wrong fight!
Eagle Assault! Now you've got it ticked me off! Piercing Dragon!
Here I come!
Radiant light!
Orochi Fury!
Regenerate!
It's over!
I'll take this!
I'm on! Sonic Thrust!
I'll take you all on! Ha! Flare Demolition! Going in! I
Orochi Fury!
I'm gone!
Be still! Devastation!
Talon
Mirage!
Hurricane!
All finishing
Here
combat!
it is! Flight! This
Elucidate!
one's mine!
Begin!
It's over!
Talon
I'm ready!
Hurricane!
All yours, Kisara! There's always room for improvement. What do you say we check back in on the ranch?
I can finally take a breather. That turned out good, if I do say so myself. Rinwell, mind if we chat a little?
You're still awake?
I've always been something of a night owl. Ever since back when I was someone's property. Turning in for the night only made the next day come quicker. I wasn't in any great rush.
Sorry.
What about yourself? Care to share something from before I knew you? You were part of a mage clan, right? Must have been handy being able to rely on magic for everything.
Hardly. In fact, not at all. Magic's not so special when you're not allowed to use it. Always scared of who might be watching?
Right. Sorry about that. I guess I've read too many fairy tales.
We were still made to study it every day. It doesn't make any sense if you think about it, studying the very thing you're being persecuted for. But that's what we did, just like our parents and their parents before them. Honestly, I don't even know how far back it goes.
If memory serves, mages have been the stuff of legend for ages. Even as far back as 3 centuries ago, they were myths. Your people were persecuted even before the Renans got here.
Yeah, the more I think about it, the less it makes sense, though. I mean, it was Astral Arts that let the Renans dominate Dana, right? Why didn't mages end up being the rulers of Dana, then?
Maybe they tried, but they just didn't have the numbers. Or maybe domination just wasn't something they were interested in. Have you ever considered it might have been something like that?
I guess I haven't.
I wonder why magic alone attracted the attention it did. Swords can be just as lethal in the right hands. Why not ban them?
My best guess? Swordsmanship can be learned by anyone. Magic's more of an exclusive club.
So, you either have the gift or you don't. When something's not easily obtainable, it's hard to comprehend. People are scared of what they don't understand. And fear leads to persecution. So the problem's not magic. It could just as easily have been anything.
Yeah. Hootle, let me know if you sense anything. I want to go back to bed.
Retreat if you know what's good for you.
Dazzling Spin! You're mine! Mirage! Catapult! Severing Wind!
Glacial Fire!
Orochi's Fury!
Hurricane Strike!
That frickin' does it!
Negative
Nunka! Eater! Alex Storm! Pierce through! Azure Storm!
Here, let me make it right! I'll stop your movement!
And I'll stop your life!
Now! Here I come! Mirage! Megasonic Strike!
I'm not getting started! I'll crush you! Lightning Reflexes! Tenebrous Claw!
Is there anything more magnificent than the musculature of a warrior? Perhaps it is in search of this perfect beauty that I myself am drawn into battle.
No choice! Orochi's Fury!
Crescent Moon!
Severing Wind!
Tiger Blade!
Mirage! Azure Storm! It's over!
Denied!
Dragon
Hurricane Strike!
Eater!
Going in! Do it! I'll stop your movement!
And I'll stop your life!
Not a chance! Start it!
Do it!
Totally! In an instant! Impact Block!
Nice. No scratches on my shield or my armor.
ho ho! Ho ho ho! Ho 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 ho! Ho ho ho!
You're saying we should check the owl forest?
Gotta break through! Orochi's Fury!
Elusive deity!
Mirage! Wind!
Radiant light!
Shadow!
Of regeneration!
Dragon Scale!
Regenerate!
I can carve through all fitted
Clear
here
through!
now! Glimmer Dragon! Dragon Scout!
Devastation! You're mine! It's over!
This one's mine!
Take this!
Talon Hurricane! Eagle Fly!
In a bind?
Tectonic
I'm ready!
Lunar Rumble! In an instant! Impact Block! Missile!
Switch
Orochi's
Fury!
Fury! Severing Wind! Stardust! You're mine! Eat dirt!
Hurricane Foot! Going in!
I'm not done! It's over! Here I come! Azure Storm! Sonic Thrust!
Hurricane
Be
Foot!
still! Mega Sonic Thrust!
Who's next?
Pierce!
Do it!
Lightning Thrust!
Relay! Light burst forth!
Radiant Genesis!
I can feel my power growing!
Let's see what you've got.
Here!
Here
I come!
Hard up!
I'm not
Raging
done!
armor is all mine!
Sonic
I
Thrust!
can carve through armor!
It's over! Stardust! It's on!
Resonate with the
Eat
earth!
Swallow Dance!
Here I
Look
come!
at this!
You're
What a
finished!
Death Blossom!
Freaking done! Lightning Thrust! Mirage! Here I come! My turn! It's over!
In a bind?
Take this! It's over!
Eagle Assault! I'm just
Raging Luna Storm!
I'll stop your movement!
And I'll stop your life!
Could have been worse.
That's far enough!
Mega Sonic Thrust! Severing Wind! Devastation!
Hurricane Strike!
Take this! It's over!
Bloody howling! Switch
You're
power!
mine!
Hurricane Strike!
Be still! Take this!
Watch this!
Mirage!
I'm ready! Look up! All yours, Kisara!
Now! You're mine! Here!
You shouldn't have messed with me!
Make it rain!
Double me! In an instant! Impact Block! Not a chance! Mirage!
Swallow Dance! Crescent Moon!
Stardust!
Watch this!
You're
Turn your way!
I'm ready!
I feel sprightlier than before.
Okay.
Okay. Yes!
What?
Really? Dohalim. Dohalim, I'm going to look into some seasonal fishing spots.
By all means.
Leave the preparations to me as well. I'll bring the rods. Would you prefer your fish served grilled or raw?
I'll, trust your judgment, Kisara.
I'll run you through! Sonic thrust! Down! Stardust! I'm on it! Talon Hurricane! You're mine! Risen Tear! Eat dirt! This one keeps charging us!
That's what my shield's for.
Light burst forth!
Radiant Genesis!
Not a chance!
Hurricane Strike! This one's mine!
Severing wind! Devastation! Mirage!
Hurricane!
I'm ready! Ridwell!
Demons Descent!
Flashing Fang! Bathed in blood, rending you apart! Bloody hell! Wind! Stardust!
Make it rain!
Hey! Blow them away!
I've been doing really great lately.
An opponent like this should be easy. No further!
Glimmer Dragon! Too shy to come over! I'll stop its charge!
Thanks, Kisara!
Be still! Cosmic Rupture! Mirage! Take this!
Now you see what I can do!
You're not done! Shine!
Take it!
Do it!
Take!
Blow them away! Now! Here I come! Stardust!
On your
Eat dirt!
Do it!
Kisara, frozen!
hammer!
Don't get careless.
Discourteous, aren't you?
Megasonic thrust!
Going in!
Regenerate!
Jill! You're out!
Suffer in silence.
Rolling tonight!
Pierce through! Sonic thrust! Lightning thrust! Mirage! Azure Storm!
Easily be faithful.
Just as well, I'm here to stop.
No escape!
Heal!
This one's yours!
Ridwell!
Demons Descent!
Flashing Fang!
My turn!
Radiant light! Force
Trust
anything in armor is all mine!
Shield and mace!
Regenerate!
Azure
Allow me to
Storm!
help you. Now I'm in the
You're
grip!
finished! You're mine!
Hurricane Strike!
A guard! Severing wind! Stardust! This one's all mine!
Lost my focus! Be still by mystic mercy!
Switch to offense!
You picked the wrong fight!
Crescent Moon!
Thanks, Shion!
Ryan! I'll take you all on! Ha! Flare Demolisher!
You're mine!
My exploits are bearing fruit.
Hey, what do you say we fight that shining enemy?
Brace yourself! This one's tough! Pierce!
Negative gate!
Pierce through! Take this!
Take this!
Be still!
This one they look cute and stuff, but they're vicious!
Ready to go!
It's all... What is this?
Hey, you okay?
I can still do this!
Make it rain!
Totally! In an instant! Impact block! Not a chance!
Hurricane Strike!
Win! I'm on it!
This one's mine!
Rip and tear! Orochi's
I'll
Fury!
finish you here and now!
It's over!
Armor won't save you!
Pierce through! Sonic thrust!
Dohalim!
All yours, Kisara.
This one's all mine! Eat dirt!
Talon Hurricane!
Fury!
Tornado Drive!
Tiger
You're
Blade!
mine!
crush you! Lightning reflexes! Tenebrous claw! Come on!
Be still! Rising Falcon!
I'm ready!
Here I come!
I'm on it!
This one's all mine! Azure Storm! Wind! Luna Rondo!
I'm ready!
Ringwell! Frozen!
Hammer!
This should come in handy when crafting weapons.
Retreat if you know what's good for you.
Talon Hurricane!
Sonic Thrust!
Far enough!
Pierce through!
Hit! Talon Hurricane!
Orochi Fury!
Wither Dragon!
Wind! Stardust!
The tempest
Ether!
engulfs you.
Here I come!
Shine,
Devastation!
radiant light, force of regeneration. Let us meet to the
I
fray.
can carve through armor!
You're finished! Azure Storm!
Swallow down!
Strike!
Snake of the abyssal deep.
Take
Clear for
this!
us.
I'm ready! Dohalim!
All yours, Kisara. Bestow thy mercy.
Take this!
I can't get out of this.
Dragon
Rising
Shout!
Falcon!
Hurricane Strike!
Orochi Fury!
This one's mine!
Pierce through!
Rending
Sonic
you
Thrust!
apart. Bloody howling.
Mirage!
Storm! Perfect move!
Negative gate.
Take this!
Tiger Blade!
So this one's all
Keep
mine!
going! Ringwell! Demon's Descent! Flashing Fang!
There's always room for improvement. What's up?
Once we get to the mountain, the terrain won't be easy. We should rest up here before pressing on.
But what about Shion? She's waiting for us.
All the more reason to conserve our energy.
Huh?
It's not only the mountain. Hard though that may be, it's a pittance compared to what follows. Namely Volron. We wear ourselves out now, or worse still, get injured. We might as well show up gift-wrapped. Right, Kisara?
That's right. Besides, Alphen still hasn't fully recuperated yet.
I'm fine. Don't stop on my account.
Oh, really? Well, in that case, it's me who wants to take a rest for a while. Does that suit you better?
A little bit.
So, Alphen, 300 years, huh? Care to share the secret to such a long and healthy life?
I wish I knew. Once I left Lenegis, the next thing I remember is waking up in Calaglia. Everything in between is a blank.
You mean there are still gaps in your memory?
I've heard of starships with devices that can stave off imminent death by putting their passenger into a deep sleep. They're usually only intended as a temporary solution, until proper treatment for an ailment or injury can be obtained.
You think he might have been asleep in that starship for 300 years? But why? What would be the point?
Might this Naori have had a hand in it?
What do you mean?
If she's Renin like you say she is, she would have understood how to operate the starship better than yourself.
You're saying she deliberately put me to sleep for 300 years?
Dohalim, that's a bit of a leap.
Forgive me. I spoke out of turn. I'm merely thinking aloud, that's all. Shion and the maiden Naori. After 300 years, it's not unreasonable to suspect they may be related. Shion is nearly the perfect image of her, yes? She also just so happens to be connected to you. Is it merely a coincidence?
Like I've told you 1,000,000 times already, I wouldn't know.
Well, if you're absolutely certain that it couldn't have been Naori, then I guess I must have been mistaken. Complicated machinery can sometimes break down or have failures. Sorry for being presumptuous.
Hold on a sec. Alphen, you said the mask was to placate you, right? To keep your guilt and rage in check? And you were wearing it the whole time you were asleep, right?
I guess I must have been.
So that's 300 years you were wearing it. It's just a hunch, but do you think that the mask might be...
The reason he lost all his memories?
All but a select few strong ones, so deeply ingrained in his psyche that he saw them in the form of dreams. It's not completely out of the question.
In which case, maybe it was the mask numbing his sense of pain, too.
It's certainly possible. As for how, I wouldn't know, but the dampening effect on his psyche could have manifested itself physically as well.
I'm sorry for snapping at you back there. It's thanks to you that I feel like that we're finally getting somewhere with all this.
No apologies necessary. Reading others' feelings has never been my strong suit.
So he finally admits it.
I really hope Shion's okay.
I get why you're concerned. But if you don't rest when you can, you're going to regret it.
She's right. We need our rest to conserve our strength.
Yeah, you're right. Thanks, you two.
No problem. We'll save Shion. I know we will.
I came out great. Everyone's gonna be real surprised.
Alone. I'm all alone.
Let's go. We don't want to keep Shion waiting.
I want to feel your hair right now. You are the place my